Hello, this is JilliBling. How are you today? I have a project that I've been eyeing for a long time that I'd love to share with you. So it has a belly band. Isn't that just beautiful? And then a spot for a gift card. Just like that. It's just on the simple side, on the elegant side. Perfect for a birthday or just any time that you like to give someone a gift. I know I made this a little bit tight. I'm putting the rhinestones on it. Okay. Do like that, like this. But see, I don't want it to fall off. So it slides just fine. Have a beautiful day. These words are from Very Versailles, and I love this set. I want to do a whole bunch more. I hope it's not going to go away in May. Okay, so let's get started making this. And this is all about the Friendly Hello bundle and the little special I'm doing. If you get the bundle from me, I will send you 5 free card kits. Maybe 6. I've been on a roll lately. So here are the papers, and if you watched the videos before, you know I'm a queen of templates because it kind of documents what you need to do and how you need to do it. So on the base paper, rather than just folding it in half, we want this fold right through here, and we're going to score it, and this is 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score it at 2 1/4 and then 6 1/4. So here's just the regular paper. Bone folder, 2 1/4 and 6 1/4, right here and here. I have my Simply Scored. It's a big old plate, but you could use your paper trimmer with your score if you don't have that, or it's worth getting it. I love it. Okay. We'll use this again. So this paper is for, little paper is for Have a Beautiful Day. And I'm going to stamp that in Versamark. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to put it right in the middle of this paper, just because I know this paper is the right size and I will not be able to use either end of it after I do the die cut. I'm going to put that into copper powder. Probably should have used my embossing buddy. You know you have to move it. One time I didn't move it and I blew powder everywhere. Not a good thing. And then I will use this die set. It is called Ornate Frames, a set of 11, and most of them, like there's a ornate frame that goes around this one. This frame perfectly fits in here. I love this set of dies. So I'm going to cut this out. See how it perfectly fits in there? And then I'm going to cut this piece out in copper. And you know, I don't use this set too much, just because if I use it for class, guess what everyone does? They complain, it takes too long, but for just one focal point, it's okay. Because it's just so pretty. See how perfectly that fits? Love it. So I'm going to put dimensionals on here. Okay, how about some minis? It's kind of looking for my magic dimensionals, but that's okay. Okay, so the words are, they are done. I didn't get that center too well. It's going to come up. Sometimes with the foil paper, things really like to stick or they don't want to stick at all. This is really happy about sticking. And you know what? I'm fine with those there because they could just continue sticking right where they are. Okay, there we go. Words. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. So this paper is for the little gift card template. So, and I'll take pictures of these templates and put them on my blog. And my blog is JilliBling.com. I'm going to score at 1/4 inch on 3 of the 4 sides. Okay, and I did a whoops, but that's going to be tucked underneath, so it doesn't matter. And then this die cut is from the dies. It's right from here, but I want to try something different. Normally, instead of using a die cut, I use a circle punch and just punch a center, a circle, half circle in the center so that you could pull the gift card out. But I'm thinking, what if I cut it just like that? So that's a fancy half circle. You know what? I think that's what I did in here. That's the fancy half circle. Let's do it the other way this time. Just like that. Okay, so before you do the folding and the scoring, take your snips and on the template, see these 4 corners that are blackened out? I will take my snips and just cut, and I'm purposely trying to hit this corner where the score lines meet. And then even snipping off the corners of these top parts, just because when you're inserting the gift card, you don't want to immediately run into the paper. If it's at an angle, it slides in there quite a bit smoother. Okay, and now it's time to fold these score lines, and then use your bone folder to confirm the fold. And there is a homemade little mini gift card holder. If you don't want to put a gift card in, you could put just a sweet little note or something. Okay, so we have a couple of pieces ready. This is inside paper. This is belly band that we're going to emboss, heat emboss. Let's put these pieces on. Then it'll look like we're really making progress. So this is from the bundle, this designer paper, and I'll put the sizes that I cut everything on my blog. So we need 4 of these per card, because it's on the inside too. Oops, crazy driver with that glue. And next I'll put the gift card holder in place, because I want to use liquid glue for that because it's a little bit stronger. And the last thing I want is it falling apart, my card falling apart, the gift card holder popping up. Okay, adhesive remover, kind of a good thing. Okay, we could start assembling some of this. So that is the front, and we will decorate the back just with a piece of designer paper. And that is for right back here. You don't have to, but it sure looks good. I love these colors in this paper. This reminds me of a pair of jammies that I have, summer jammies. Designer paper. And one more. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, the card is almost already done. Oh, you know what? I wonder, I'm going to try that. Go the other direction. So this one is going this way. I think I could still do it. Even this, you could pull a gift card out from the side. Okay. Didn't attach that. I think it's going to work. So like I said, liquid glue on here. And I'm going to try to do just a little thin bit so it will dry fast. Make sure to get up there in the corner. And this, when the gift card goes in, it's going to be hitting that. So make sure to get good coverage. Thin coverage. Right up here and right there. Okay. So which side should it go on? Most people are right-handed. I know not all. I'm going to put it right here. And when you put this on, of course, center it and put it right to the edge. So I try to make sure that this amount equals this amount, and then, oops, I'm getting it right to this edge. And that's only because the gift card, otherwise, see how this is right to the edge, right here? But the gift card, when it's pushed all the way in, it allows it to fold closed. Okay. So I'm just going to let that dry. Give it just a second. I don't even want to test it with the gift card. Putting some weight on it. We're going to use this. We could work on the belly band. Okay, so belly band is this right here. And embossed with copper. And this little flower perfectly matches the flower on the designer paper. Of course. And Versamark, they all start out clear, white, maybe a hint of yellow because of the foam. And after you use them for a while, they become discolored, usually gray or brown. But they still work just fine. And the ink is clear. So I'm sure that you've worked with Versamark many times, and many of you probably know, but for those that don't, Versamark will leave a watermark. So when you look at this paper, you're like, oh, I could see the flower on there. It's just a hue darker than what the paper is, like a watermark. And it works with just about all papers except black. And you know what, black, it kind of does if you're really looking for it. But that could be a whole fun background technique all on its own. Just to Versamark your background paper. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's kind of just a background. Okay, I'm getting excessive now. Okay, and I'm going to put the copper powder on here. Should have used my little clip right there. In the last video I was talking about using a lint roller to get lint off of your stamp pad if you have lint interrupting your stamped image. And I put the lint roller paper right on top of this. But it's okay, it's just scratch. To be thrown away. You know, while I have this out, we could do the inside with those beautiful words. The always thinking of you, that goes in Versamark. Right up at the top. And then some of that little flower. I'm going to do a few at the bottom. And I'll show you what I did on the other project. It is a bit different. Okay, that should be dry by now. So on the other project, I did copper embossing powder, copper little freckles, and then blue little freckles over the top. And I think that turned out great. But this time, because we're doing it this way, maybe some of those little blue freckles, and that's in the Friendly Hello stamp. Just random, just because they're really sweet. They probably perfectly match right along the flower. But I like it like that. And then do something a little different here. Take your aqua painter, and I'm going to put just a hint of color. And I'm going to try to pick up all the ink that somehow made its way off the ink pad. Just a hint of color inside the flowers. I might have to go directly into the ink pad. Okay. If ever you're watercoloring, take a block. And now there's plenty of ink on here. For the longest time, I would put my blender pen right into the center and then I would get a kind of like a no ink bald spot. Don't want that. And this, you have better control over it too. And then, as with the other card, I used a hint of Granny Apple Green. Wish I had my Granny Apple stamp pad, but that's okay. This works just fine. The little spot, it's saved me my spots so many times. So it's just a hint of green. And I'll take pictures and post them too. Close up of the insides and outsides. Not that it's that hard. Sometimes it's just nice to go and find pictures and work from pictures. Tiny green leaves. Whew, I wonder if, I'm almost thinking doing those leaves. They would take forever. I'm trying to keep it easy. Trying. But you know how I like to get my fancy on. Make it fancy. Okay, so this goes inside the card. And because we watercolored it and heat embossed it, my white paper is a little bit warped. And if yours is too bad, just use liquid glue. The Stampin' Seal is really sticky. Isn't that pretty? I love this. Okay, and let's see how the gift card fits. Make sure it closes. Perfect. Okay, so let me put this one together. Oh, we still have to do bling. Okay, just fine. Now, to do this one, so I could tell you where to score on here, but every card is just a little bit different. So a little bit easier way that seems to always work is I'm going to hold this up on its side in just a minute, but see how this amount is about equal with this amount? Then tap it so all the pieces are down on your tabletop. While they're on your tabletop, push that one in, push this one in. And the reason I have you push them down to the tabletop is because if they're skirting along your paper, they should be flat, and it's really close. And you don't have to take your bone folder to this. Just give it a bit of a crease. And now we're going to attach this. And I would say use your Stampin' Seal, but again, it might be better to use liquid glue because we don't want it coming up. So to liquid glue, I'm going to lift this, put glue right here at this edge, then put glue right here at this edge. If you did all this, you might have some overage, and I don't want it to stick to your card. So just right there at the edge. And again, I'm trying to keep it thin so it dries fast. And then a little bit right here. Again, thin. Let me see, can you see that? Yeah, you can see where I put the glue. I'll hold it up just in case. So I put it right here at this edge, and then right on here. And then close it up. And I made sure that the belly band is snug, but I didn't cinch it. If I cinched it, it certainly would stay up on the card, but then when you went to remove it and put it back for the recipient to open it, they would say, this doesn't work very well. So I held it for just a little bit. I'm going to take it off of here because I don't want, if I had any overage, I don't want the belly band sticking to the card. Okay, and I'm just checking. I could see a little bit of overage right there. Well, that's going to be okay. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. And next is to put the label on. And this time it will go, oh, that's pretty. So should I do a double bow like this? Do you see how cute that is? I'm thinking maybe, or this just might get lost. I was going to say wrap it around and tighten it on. I think a double bow is better because the pool sheer gets lost on the pool party paper. Okay, double bow. Every time I do a double bow, which is just about every time, people always say, how do you do that? Scroll way back in my videos. I think the third video I did is, it's titled, A Double Bow Makes Everything Better. Or even if you're just on YouTube, search JilliBling double bow, and that has a tutorial. And it's not that long, and it shows you how to do double bows. I think I do it like 6 times over and over. Then you just have to practice. But they're so pretty. Come on. I have to let go. My fingers turn purple. It means I did a small one. Okay. It's very cute. Okay, so the gift card is in place, and that's holding just fine. This should be dry enough for now. This can go on with dimensionals. Ooh, a long strip. Might think I planned that. Not. Okay. That could go right there. I think when it goes this way, it covers up the seam better, but this is plenty fancy. I don't think anyone will be paying attention to that little seam. And then this can go on with glue dots. And I have paper pumpkin glue dots. I have a lot of paper pumpkin glue dots. I'm going to use 3 just because the ribbon has a tendency to decide it doesn't want to stay in the glue dots. It's resistant. Very sweet. And then just a few of the iridescent rhinestones, and we are set. So the rhinestones, yeah, they kind of get in the way of the belly band, but they look really good. I love these rhinestones, no matter what color papers you're using. They always seem to match. Uh-oh, I think delivery person is here and the dog is going to go crazy. If he does, I'll end real quick. As a matter of fact, I think we are almost done right now, and he hasn't heard the noise yet. So that's it. And I'll put all the details on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.